So this is the weather and seasons lesson for our Gblues partners. And for this, we had split up into two. Like the first day, we would have just talked about weather and seasons and how we get them, why we have them, and activities we can do around Shippensburg during the seasons. And the second day, we would have talked about extreme weather. So for the first day, we would have started by showing a video, and it'll be here in the blog. And then we would have talked about how we have seasons because the Earth is slanted on an axis and is rotating around the sun. And based on our closeness to the sun, for example, right now, the northern hemisphere is close to the sun in the demonstration. So the northern hemisphere would be experiencing summer, and as the Earth rotated, the southern hemisphere would be closer to the sun. So the southern hemisphere would have summer, while the northern hemisphere will be having winter since it's facing away or further away from the sun. And then the lesson we really want to drive home with this example would be like, we get our seasons because the Earth is spinning on an axis that is about 23 degrees, and it's spinning constantly. And our closeness or fartherness, how close we are or how further we are away from the sun is how we have our seasons. That's how we would word that. And then to connect this to their daily lives, which is what we were supposed to do, we would ask them like what activities go on in Shippensburg in the summer. They could be like, say, Corn Fest, or, the pool's open. And in winter, like neighboring towns have like ice festivals, and there's big hills you can sled down. And then we'd ask them like, what weather do we see during the seasons? Like in summer, it's hot, rains. In the winter, it's cold, it snows. In the fall and spring, it's windy and like lukewarm-ish. And then we'd leave. And then the second day, we'd come back and we'd talk about extreme weather. So extreme weather is when it produces harm to like the environment, humans. So for this demonstration, we would make a tornado in a bottle, which I actually did because why not? We have all the time in the world at the moment. But we talk about that we see We see tornadoes typically in the summer, warmer months, and we see blizzards typically in the colder months, and hurricanes in the summer as well. So for this demonstration, you just need two bottles. I used Coke bottles and tape. I didn't have tape, so I just kind of hot glued them. So essentially, to get the tornado effect, you tip it upside down and just kind of twirl it around. Oh, my hand was in the way. We'll do it again. And there's a little tornado in the bottle. I don't know if this will work because you're supposed to use 2 liters, but I don't have 2 liters, so we'll try. Oh, there's a little tornado. I don't know if you could see it. Let me try one more time. So we would just, emphasize the fact that extreme weather is weather that causes harm. Oh, you can see it. To humans or the environment, and that there are certain precautions that we take, and certain extreme weather happens at different seasons, and that we get the seasons because of the Earth's position in relation to the sun. So that's it. The end.